Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the EPL Index Transfer Daily. Things are kicking off now, ladies and gents. We said we wonder if they'd start, and there's some big names happening and not happening potentially as well. So we will run from the top. We'll talk England internationals. We'll talk South American stars. We'll talk one that might not be coming, one that's departing. There is a lot going on in the Premier League. So let's get right into it. Top of the bill, and again, various outlets. It's an Ornstein bomb, Telegraph, all sorts of things. Newcastle are close to that deal for Mark Guehi, apparently, the England international centre-back. Picking the Telegraph there, for instance, they're saying it's about £60 million they believe it will get done for, maybe even more. So we'll have to see. But yeah, the expectation is that Mark Guehi will be a Newcastle player within the next week. I think it's pretty universal. One thing that won't be happening, as David Ornstein released his story yesterday, Manuel Ugarte United fans will not be joining you by the looks of it. As David Ornstein says, they're turning their attention away mainly because of the price tag that PSG are putting on the 23-year-old Uruguayan international. That there's been negotiations, there's been a lot of talk. We know United are currently making bids for Mazraoui and De Ligt, but we talked about their budget and all sorts of things, so maybe that comes into the fray. But that does not look like it's going to happen. One that does look like, and you suspect it does happen now, Julian Alvarez, the Argentinian forward, the Manchester City striker, does seem, for all accounts, according to various outlets, that he will become an Atletico Madrid player. We talked about his future, hadn't he? Where he want to play, getting more minutes, all those types of things. So it looks like he will be heading to Atletico Madrid. All depends on the deal. I mean, looking at outlets here, and some say it could go up to 90 million euros, so about 80 odd million. And again, it's add-ons. We'll have to see what the final figure is. But all the suspicion is that happens. So yeah, Alvarez expected to depart. Ugarte not coming to the Premier League. Mark Guehi moving to Newcastle. There is expectation all those things happen in the next week or so. I mean, a few will be interesting as well, because the Mail has it, for instance, that João Felix has been offered. We know Villa are interested, but as part of the exchange deal for Alvarez, we'll see if there's anything in that. We mentioned Spurs and Dominic Solanke yesterday. Still loads of stories around that. Picking the Telegraph, for instance. They said they have had talks about signing him, but it's the release clause, which is around £65 million. We'll have to see on that one. The Mirror has got that Liverpool are interested in Thiago Motta's, given Liverpool interest, I should say. Federico Chiesa, a player that we've mentioned quite a bit. A year left on his deal. Clearly not part of Juventus' plans. I think there'll be a lot of interest. There could be a lot of agent talk, but we'll have to see on that one. Now, the Alvarez move could cause something that Chelsea were looking at to come back into the mix, because there's a lot of stories linked to this that for Atletico to buy the player Alvarez, they will need to move one out. And they've just signed Sola, so there's another striker coming at the same time as well. So Amora Dion, a player that was looked at by Chelsea when they bought, they couldn't afford the fee, or it seemed to be couldn't afford the fee at the time. It seems now, according to Sky Sports and a few others, that Atletico's Madrid stance has softened and they'll take around 33.5 million for him. So Chelsea could be getting that forward they were looking for all along. And Sky Sports and various others also had that Alfie Gilchrist, their youngster, is set to move on loan to Sheffield United. Another one, that Chelsea agreed a 20.5 million deal with Gremio to sign a young Brazilian midfielder, Gabriel Mek. Never heard of him, but another Chelsea stockpile, isn't it, of youth talent that way. Sky Sports, well, you're not getting Ugarte, but Scott McTominay could be leaving United fans. They're saying that Fulham are still in the mix that way at the same time. There is so much going on. There really is at the moment for all clubs. It does feel like everything is starting to really liven up and that type of thing. And even Liverpool fans, David Ornstein saying this morning, Liverpool are pursuing a specialist number 6, but it's outside of the Premier League. We know that had that bid for Endo, so we'll see what happens there. But there we go, ladies and gents. Thursday, the 6th of August. It felt short, but there's a lot of things happening, as we know. Enjoy your day wherever you are. Let's see what builds from today.